Who are the top 10 greatest all-rounders in cricket history? There's one player in this list who wasn't just a cricket hero, he practically created the idea of an all-rounder. Who is he? His story alone is worth sticking around. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have a modern-day marvel in Ben Stokes from England. Stokes is the kind of player who defines big moments. If there's one thing that makes him unforgettable, it's his ability to rise under pressure. First up, the 2019 Cricket World Cup final, a match that will go down in history not just for England, but for world cricket. England needed a hero, and Stokes stepped up in a way that only he could. England was in trouble, but Stokes held his ground, scoring an unbeaten 84 in a nerve-wracking chase against New Zealand. And just when it seemed like all hopes was lost, he took the game to a super over where he helped secure England's first ever World Cup win. With that innings, Stokes didn't just win the match, he wrote a story that fans will tell for generations. That World Cup final alone would be enough to make any player's career memorable, but for Stokes, it's just one chapter. Let's look at the stats that highlight Stokes' all-round brilliance. In Test cricket, he scored over 6,500 runs at an average of 35.3 and has taken 203 wickets with a bowling average of 32.2. In ODIs, he scored over 3,000 runs at an average of 41.2 and picked up 74 wickets. While his batting is off in the spotlight, Stokes is just as dangerous with the ball. He bowls in the mid-80s, and his ability to swing the ball makes him a perfect weapon in England's bowling arsenal. He may not be a high-volume wicket taker, but his knack for taking important wickets at crucial times has often been England's saving grace. So when we talk about Ben Stokes, we're not just talking about a player with good stats. We're talking about a cricketer who performs in the moments that define the sport, who has carried England through some of its most challenging battles, and who has created memories that fans will cherish. At number 9, we've got one of the most reliable all-rounders to ever play the game. His name, Shaun Pollock. Shaun Pollock from South Africa wasn't the kind of player who sought the limelight. What Pollock brought to the field was unmatched consistency, discipline, and a calm that was contagious. Pollock's stats are a testament to his well-rounded game. In Test cricket, he scored over 3,700 runs at an average of 32.31, and with the ball, he took 421 wickets at an impressive average of 23.11. In ODIs, he picked up a remarkable 393 wickets with an economy rate under 4 feet that very few bowlers, let alone all-rounders, have managed. His ability to contribute with both bat and ball made him the backbone of South African cricket for over a decade. Pollock wasn't the fastest bowler in South Africa's lineup, especially when compared to someone like Alan Donald, but what he lacked in sheer pace, he more than made up for with precision and control, and was a master of line and length, able to hit the same spot ball after ball, wearing down batsmen with relentless pressure. He was known for his ability to swing the ball both ways, especially in helpful conditions. His contributions with the bat were equally important for South Africa. As a lower order bat, he was reliable and had a solid technique that helped South Africa out of tough situations. Pollock scored 2,000 plus runs in ODIs and over 3,700 runs in Test cricket, often providing crucial runs when South Africa needed them the most. Remember, the greatest players aren't just those who perform under the spotlight. They're the ones who build a legacy through hard work, discipline, and a love for the game. And that's exactly what Shaun Pollock did. He gave South Africa stability, leadership, and a legacy of excellence the next generation would follow. Before we move on to number 8, let's bring you the first quiz question of the evening. The first quiz question is, what is Sir Garfield Sobers' favorite pastime, which he has often been criticized for doing too much of? Hint here is that it's another sport. So drop your answers and let us know what you guys think it is. At number 8, we have a cricketer who has taken Bangladesh to new heights and has consistently ranked amongst the world's best all-rounders, Shakib-Ul-Hasan. He's a game changer for a nation like Bangladesh. Shakib's contribution have been monumental, inspiring fans and players alike. In Test cricket, Shakib-Ul-Hasan has scored 4,609 runs at an average of 37.8 and has taken 246 wickets in Test cricket at an average of 31.7. In ODIs, he has also amassed 7,570 runs and has taken 317 wickets, and he's amongst the very few players with over 6,000 runs and 300 wickets in ODIs. Shakib's bowling is his strongest weapon. As a left-arm spinner, he has the skill to control the game, bowl economical spells, and take wickets at crucial moments. His ability to turn the ball sharply, combined with his accuracy, makes him a threat on any surface. In Test, his bowling average is impressive for a spinner. One of his most memorable innings came during the 2019 ICC World Cup, where Shakib scored 606 runs at an astonishing astonishing average of 86.57, making him the tournament's third highest run scorer. His back-to-back centuries against England and West Indies weren't just personal milestones, they were match-winning performances that helped Bangladesh compete against the world's best teams. In fact, his 124 against the West Indies was an innings of pure class as he guided his team to memorable victory with calm, calculated shots. But Shakib's influence goes beyond the stats. For Bangladesh, Shakib's been a leader, a role model, and a player who has shown that they can compete with the best in the world. His presence on the field lifts his teammates, and his dedication to the game has inspired countless young cricketers in Bangladesh. So why does Shakib-Ul-Hasan earn a spot among the top all-rounders of all time? Is because he has redefined what's possible for Bangladesh cricket. Shakib's achievements, his consistency, and his ability to perform in pressure situations have made him a global icon and a source of pride for his nation. He's not just an all-rounder, he's a pioneer for Bangladeshi cricket and a player whose legacy will inspire future generations. At number 7, we have a charismatic and fearless Keith Miller from Australia, a cricketer whose story goes beyond stats and records. Miller was more than just an all-rounder. He was an icon, a fighter, and a pioneer. To truly understand why he's considered one of the greatest, we need to look at his fearless style, his versatility on the field, and the legacy he left behind. Picture this, a fast bowler with aggression and pace to trouble the world's best batsman, and a batsman with the ability to change the course of the match in just a few overs. That was Keith Miller, a player who brought intensity and elegance to both facets of the game. In Test cricket, Miller scored 2,958 runs at an impressive average of 36.97 and took 170 wickets at a brilliant average of 22.97. And keep in mind, he played in the 1940s and 50s, an era when conditions were tougher and pitches were not batsman friendly. But stats only tell part of the story with Miller. Let's talk about his batting first. Miller was known for his flamboyant style and his powerful hitting. He wasn't just trying to survive at the crease, he wanted to dominate. His best Test score of 145 came against a strong England side in 1946, and it showcased his ability to take control of an innings. When Miller was at the crease, bowlers were never comfortable because he could go on the attack at any moment. Miller's career included 7 Test centuries, each of them packed with aggression and flair. In an era when most players adopted a cautious approach, Miller's attacking style was groundbreaking. He could turn momentum of the match with just a few shots, and he made cricket exciting for fans. He was a key part of the Invincibles, the Australian team that went unbeaten on their 1948 tour of England. Miller's contributions with both bat and ball were critical to the team's success, and his fearless approach inspired his teammates to play with the same level of intensity. So why does Keith Miller deserve a spot in our top 10 all-rounders of all time? It's not just his stats or his records, it's his style, his fearlessness, and his impact on the game. Miller wasn't just an all-rounder, he was a game changer who showcased that cricket could be played with both skill and flair. He made fans fall in love with the game, and his legacy is one of courage, charisma, sheer brilliance. At number 6, we have the man who single-handedly changed the course of Indian cricket. His name, skipper Kapil Dev, known for his explosive batting, his fierce fast bowling, and his leadership that gave India their first World Cup. Kapil Dev wasn't just an all-rounder, he was a trailblazer. If there was ever a player who symbolized resilience, passion, and the spirit of Indian cricket, it was Kapil Dev. Let's go back to 1983 for a moment, a time when India was not considered a cricketing powerhouse. One man was about to change all of that and put Indian cricket on the world map. First, let's look at the numbers. In Test cricket, Kapil scored 5,248 runs at an average of 31.05 and took 434 wickets at an average of 29.64. And in ODIs, he scored 3,783 runs with a strike rate of over 95, which was incredibly high for his era, and claimed 253 wickets. But these numbers only tell part of his story. Let's start with his bowling, where he was a pioneer for India. Kapil was India's first genuine fast bowler, a player who could swing the ball both ways and deliver with pace. For years, he carried India's bowling attack, taking the new ball and often bowling long spells. His career best figures of 9 for 83 against the West Indies in 1983 showcased his ability to break through even the toughest batting lineups. In his 131 Test match career, Kapil became the first bowler to take 400 wickets, surpassing Richard Hadlee's record at the time. He achieved this without much support from the other end, often bowling on subcontinental pitches that didn't favor the fast bowlers. His relentless accuracy, ability to swing the ball, and knack for breaking partnerships made him a game changer danger. His batting, on the other hand, was nothing short of thrilling. Kapil was one of the few players who could change the course of a match in a single session. He was known for his fearless hitting, often coming in with India in tough situations and turning the tide. His strike rate of over 95 in ODIs was groundbreaking for the time. Kapil's 175 was more than just a score. It was a message to the world that India could compete with the best. His fearless approach inspired his teammates and set the stage for one of the most memorable victories in cricketing history. So why does Kapil Dev earn a spot among the top all-rounders of all time? It's not just his stats, his records, or even his 1983 World Cup win. It's his spirit, his courage, and his unwavering belief in Indian cricket. Kapil Dev wasn't just a player, he was a leader who changed the course of the game in India, and that's what makes him one of the greatest all-rounders in cricketing history. Now, before we move on to number 5, I want to bring you the answer to that quiz question we brought up earlier. The quiz question was, what is Sir Garfield Sobers' favorite pastime, which he has often been criticized for doing too much of? The answer to this is playing golf. It was often said unfairly that Sobers spent too much time playing golf to the detriment of his cricketing performances. So that was the answer there. Hope you guys got this right. And number 5, we have the man who put New Zealand cricket on the map. His name, Sir Richard Hadlee, known for his devastating bowling, fierce competitiveness, and ability to turn a game with both bat and ball. Hadlee wasn't just an all-rounder, he was a one-man army. Hadlee's journey in cricket is a testament to what one person can achieve through sheer skill, hard work, and an unbreakable will. Let's start with the numbers. In Test cricket, Hadlee took a remarkable 431 wickets at an astounding average of 22.29, which was a world record at the time, and he didn't just stop with the ball. He scored over 3,000 runs with batting average of 27.16, including 2 centuries. In ODIs, he picked up 158 wickets and contributed valuable runs lower down the order. Hadlee's ability to perform with both bat and ball made him a complete all-rounder and one of the most valuable players of his time. Hadlee's bowling was his true calling card. Though he wasn't just accurate, he was lethal. His combination of pace, swing, and precision made him one of the most feared bowlers in the world. Hadlee was a master of exploiting conditions, particularly when the ball started swinging. He could move the ball both ways, and his ability to hit the right spot consistently put batsmen under relentless pressure. Take, for example, his incredible performance against Australia in 1985 in the Brisbane Test. Hadlee claimed 9 wickets for just 52 runs, leading New Zealand to a rare and famous victory. That 15-wicket haul in the match remains one of the best all-round bowling performances in Test cricket history. This wasn't just any series, it was a time when New Zealand was competing against dominant Australian team, and Hadlee showed that he could take on the best and come out on top. Hadlee's influence on New Zealand cricket is immeasurable. He inspired a generation of cricketers and showed that a small cricketing nation could produce world-class players. His professionalism, his dedication, and his relentless pursuit of excellence have left a lasting legacy in New Zealand's cricket. So why does Richard Hadlee deserve a spot amongst the top all-rounders of all time? It's not just his stats or his record, it's his impact. Hadlee was a player who gave everything for his team. So Richard Hadlee, one of the New Zealand greatest. Before we get into the top 4, let's get into our second quiz question of the evening. Who was the first cricketer to score 10,000 runs in T20 cricket? Drop your answers into the comments and we'll drop the answers shortly. At number 4, we have the man who redefined what it means to be an all-rounder, Sir Ian Botham from England. Known for his big hitting, game-changing spells with the ball, and a personality that commanded attention, Ian Botham wasn't just a player, he was a force of nature. Whether you're an England fan or not, Botham is a name that resonates across cricket fans worldwide. Let's start with the numbers that made Botham a legend in Test cricket. He scored 5,200 runs at an average of 33.54 and took 383 wickets at an average of 28.4. In ODIs, he added 2,113 runs, claimed 145 wickets. But here's the thing about Botham, his impact went beyond the stats. He wasn't just an all-rounder, he was a match winner, a player who could single-handedly turn a game around with a fiery spell or a quick-fire inning. Botham's bowling was his deadliest weapon. As a right-arm fast-medium bowler, he had a natural ability to swing the ball and deliver aggressive attacking spells. His bowling wasn't just about accuracy, it was about intimidating the batsman and getting breakthroughs when his team needed it most. One of Botham's most iconic performances came in the 1981 Ashes series, famously known as Botham's Ashes. In the third test at Headingley, England was forced to follow on and were staring down an almost certain defeat. Botham produced an astonishing all-around performance, scoring an unbeaten 149 and then taking a match-winning 6 for 95 with the ball to lead England to one of the most famous victories in Ashes history. Botham's Headingley heroics are often described as one of the greatest individual performances. So why does Ian Botham earn a spot in the top all-rounders of all time? It's because he wasn't just an all-rounder, he was an icon. Botham brought a fierce, competitive spirit, a powerful playing style, and a personality that captivated fans. He didn't just play cricket, he entertained, he inspired, and he won games when his team needed it. At number 3, we have a cricketer who was more than just an all-rounder. He was a leader, an icon, and the man who brought Pakistan its first World Cup. One of the greatest all-rounders of all time, Imran Khan from Pakistan. He isn't just remembered for his skills with the bat and ball, but for his ability to inspire and lead his team to greatness. Imran's story is one of talent, resilience, and sheer willpower, qualities that made him one of the greatest all-rounders in cricket history. Let's start with Imran's stats. Imran scored over 3,800 runs at an average of 37.69 and took 362 wickets at a brilliant average of 22.81 in ODIs. He scored 3,709 runs with a batting average of 33.41 and took 182 wickets, but these numbers only scratch the surface of Imran's impact on the game. He wasn't just consistent, he was a match winner capable of changing the course of a game with a fiery spell or a gritty inning. Imran was one of the finest fast bowlers of his era with a smooth, powerful action and the ability to swing the ball at high speeds. He was a nightmare for batsmen around the world. His bowling average of 22.81 test speaks to his accuracy and skill, but what really set him apart was his ability to deliver when it mattered most. One of Imran's finest spells came against India in 1982, where he took an astonishing 8 wickets for just 60 runs in Karachi. In that series, he finished with 40 wickets at an average of only 13.95, and an incredible achievement that showed his dominance. Imran wasn't just a bowler who could take wickets, he could dismantle entire batting lineups, making him one of the most feared pacers of his time. He was also a powerful and dependable batsman, especially when his team needed him most. Known for his calm demeanor at the crease, Imran could build partnerships, anchor in innings, and accelerate when needed. He scored 6 test centuries in his career, often in high-pressure situations. One of the greatest innings came in 1983 against India, where he scored a gritty 117 to pull Pakistan out of trouble, but his most famous inning came in the 1992 World Cup final, where he scored 72 runs in the captain's knock. That innings encapsulated Imran's fighting spirit and his ability to rise to the occasion. So why does Imran Khan earn a spot amongst the top all-rounders of all time? It's because he was more than just a player. He was a leader, a pioneer, and a champion. Imran Khan didn't just play for cricket, he elevated it, showing the world what Pakistan cricket was capable of. He changed the game with his skill, his charisma, and his unyielding determination. One of my personal favorite all-rounders of all time, Imran Khan from Pakistan. At number 2, we have the epitome of consistency, class, and unmatched skill, Jacques Kallis from South Africa. Kallis is widely regarded as one of the greatest all-rounders the cricket world has ever seen, and his incredible statistics only tell part of the story. Known for his technically flawless batting, his reliable bowling, and his calm presence on the field, let's start with his stats, because with Kallis, the numbers are just staggering. In Test cricket, he scored 13,289 runs at an incredible average of 55.37 and took 292 wickets at an average of 32.65. In ODI, he scored 11,579 runs at an average of 44.36 and took 273 wickets. Kallis is the only player in cricket history with over 10,000 runs and 250 wickets in both Tests and ODIs, a testament to his extraordinary skill and longevity. Kallis's batting was his hallmark, his technique was near perfect, and his ability to adapt to any situation made him one of the most reliable batsmen in the world. Known for his patience, he could grind out tough runs when his team needed stability or accelerate when they needed quick runs. His Test average of 55.37 is amongst the best in history, and he scored 45 Test centuries, which is second only to Sachin Tendulkar. One of Kallis's great innings came against India in 2010 in Durban, where he scored a match-winning 109 not out on a challenging pitch, showing his resilience and adaptability. He also played crucial innings in ODIs, like his 128 against the West Indies in the 1999 World Cup, where he held the innings together and set up a memorable win for South Africa. These weren't just runs, they were game-changing performances that demonstrated his ability to handle any challenge. Kallis's batting made him a fortress at the crease. He was known for his patience, but he could shift gears seamlessly, making him the ultimate middle-order batsman who could adapt to any situations. His bowling, on the other hand, was very useful. He was a genuine all-rounder who could bowl disciplined, medium-fast deliveries. While he wasn't known for raw pace, his accuracy and ability to move the ball, however, and knack for breaking partnerships made him a vital part of South Africa's bowling attack. Kallis's career best figures came against Pakistan in 2002, where he took 6 wickets for 54 runs in a Test match, helping South Africa secure a crucial victory. He often provided key breakthroughs, either breaking a partnership or putting pressure on the opposition's best batsman. His 292 wicket and 273 ODI wickets speak to his ability to consistently perform as a bowler. making him one of the most reliable all-rounders to have ever played the game. So why does Jacques Kallis earn a spot amongst the top all-rounders of all time? It's because Kallis brought an unmatched level of skill, consistency, and dedication to every game he played. He was a player who could score big runs, take important wickets, and inspire his team with quiet leadership. Before we announce number one, I want to let you guys know to check out the Reverse Scoop shop in the description. It supports youth cricket development at the grassroots level. The Reverse Scoop shop, when you make purchases through there, it helps out New Milford Cricket Club, the nonprofit that we support, as well as if you want to create content like this, you can check out the link for StreamYard on air in the description and sign up through that link, and you'll start off with a $10 credit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video so far. Make sure to smash that like button. So for number one, we're going to play that guessing game as we do with all of our ranking videos. I'm going to give you the description of this player, and I'll drop the answer right at the end. Known as cricket's original all-around genius, he wasn't just a player, he was an artist, a game changer, and a legend whose impact on the sport is unmatched. His skill, his elegance, and his ability to perform in every facet of the game made him one of the most complete players to ever pick up a bat and ball. His stats in Test cricket, he scored 8,032 runs at an outstanding average of 57.78, an average that stands amongst the best in the game. He wasn't just a batsman, he was a true all-rounder who also took 235 wickets at an average of 34.03, and as if it wasn't enough, he was an exceptional fielder with over 100 catches to his name. He was a complete package capable of changing the game with bat, ball, and field. His batting was simply majestic, known for his elegance and ability to play every shot in the book. He was a left-handed batsman who could anchor an inning, play with aggression, or adapt to any situation. His average of 57.78 is a testament to his consistency, and his 26th Test century includes some of the most iconic innings ever played. One of his most memorable innings was his 365 not out against Pakistan in 1958 at just 21 years old. He set the world record for the highest individual score in Test cricket, a record that would stand for over 36 years. But what made this player truly extraordinary was his versatility with the ball. He was a unique bowler who could ball fast medium, left arm orthodox spin, and left arm wrist spin. He was a triple threat bowler, able to adapt his style based on conditions and match situations. His 235 wickets demonstrate his effectiveness, but it was adaptability that made him a game changer. So who is this greatest all-rounder of all time? I'm sure you guys got this right. He is the West Indian Sir Garfield Sobers. If you want to know who are the greatest left-handed opening batsmen of all time, check out the video right here on the screen.